I go back after rehearsal and stuff, and I go back in my room. There's Ollie, and I'm still standing in the doorway. And I go, hey, buddy, get out of the way. So, because now I knew what to do with him. I could take him in a minute. So I said, go on, man. So he says, go on, get in there. So I go in there, and all of a sudden, Andy Williams walks by the room. And I go like, was that Andy Williams? And Ollie gets it. Yeah, did you see him? That was Andy Williams, yeah. So I said, well, I'm not doing him in today's show. So I ran out the door, and I got to, who's the trumpet player with him there? So I go to Doc Simmons and I said, Doc, I just saw Andy Williams. I said, is he going to be here? He said, yeah, man, he was golfing with Johnny. Every week he golfs at this time here. I said, well, I'm not doing the show. So they wrote a chart for me. I walked out, and Andy Williams, I'd never seen him before. And I walked out, and they called, and they said, da-da-da-da-da-da, Bob, you're up. I said, really? Do I have to go? So I go, first time at the Tonight Show. I walk out, and I see Andy Williams is sitting in the front chair right in front of me, and he was the biggest star in the world at the time. So I walked up, and I didn't know what to do. So I said, how you doing? I said, what I'm going to do for you tonight is I'm going to try to recreate some of the great performers of the last century, okay? For you, I said, I'd like to start off with Andy Williams. So Andy's looking there. See, nobody was doing all the great singers. They were doing political figures and actors and stuff like that. Nobody's doing the biggest singers. So Andy was sitting there like this with his legs crossed, watching me. And so I said, so how about Andy Williams? So here's what I did. I went. I said, here's one of my songs that I never really cared for. First thing I said. He looked at me and didn't know whether to smile or get mad. So anyway, I did, and so I went on. I said, it's Andy Williams. Are you ready?